Alright guys, it's Benji2595 and welcome to my first ever Q&A response video that I'll be uploading onto my channel. First things first, I feel I must apologise once again for the fact that this video is a week late. If you watched my previous commentary that I uploaded I think 2 days ago, in it I stressed that I've been ill, and no sooner than me recovering from that illness I've actually managed to pick up another cold, which has been an absolute piss take. It's annoying me because for one, I've not been able to go to the gym, and I'm a massive gym rat, and that's just put a massive hindrance on that. Another thing is the fact that I've not been able to stay active with uploads and just replying to all your guys' comments, which I really do appreciate. The support and love that you've been showing me these past few days, and just a massive influx of subscribers. I'm completely blown away, and I just feel like I need to thank you once again and just say welcome to all you new guys. So the fact that I've not been able to capitalise in terms of bringing you guys uploads onto my channel, bringing you guys content, it's really just taken a massive knock to my morale, and I just feel I must apologise for that, but there's nothing I can do. When I've been ill, I've literally been in the bed all day, like most days when I've not been working, been getting up for food, going back to bed. I've hardly been on the Xbox, so in terms of gameplays, I've pretty much got none. It's just one of those times of the year. It seems like every year at this point, I pick up some sort of cold or something. It's just frustrating. It's an absolute pain in the ass, but nevertheless, I needed to muster up the will to bring you guys this Q&A response video. And before I get things underway, I just feel I need to just be honest with you guys. I had a lot of really cool creative ideas for this video, but I'm just short for time. I need to literally head off to work in the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, I'd not be able to bring you this Q&A response video for another day, and I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. So it's Thursday right now. I'm going to try my best to get this uploaded later on tonight. If it's not uploaded later on tonight, then it will be because I've just, again, work, and I've been really busy. Apologies. So if it's Friday, apologies. But anyway, moving swiftly on, I've got a lot of things to get through. Obviously, I'm going to be replying to your guys' comments on the, what was it called, the Q&A celebration idea, which was uploaded a week ago. Oh shit. A week ago. There's a lot. I think I counted around 30. Some of them aren't even questions, but I'm just going to reply to them because I can. And hopefully you're going to enjoy this video. So without further delay, I'll get started. So the first comment is by Kilsey51, and they say, awesome videos dude, keep it up. And I'd just like to point out, comments like this might seem minimal to some people, but they really do like motivate me and spur me on to continue producing content for you guys, because for YouTube, for me, I'm not in it for the money. I never was, and I never will be. It's all about entertaining people. I get the kick out of entertaining people, and hearing comments like that or reading comments like that, it really does spur me on to continue doing this YouTube game. I'm not in it for the money, as I've just said. It's all for me about entertaining people, making people laugh, whatever it is, and it's just networking, building a relationship with viewers, and building a rapport with other content makers. That's what it is for me. That's why I'm in YouTube. So hearing even like little comments like that, they really do make my day, and they really do keep me motivated in continue to produce uploads for you guys. So I really do appreciate that. Thanks very much for the comments. The second comment is by BlueHD, also known as James. I know him very much on off YouTube. He's one of my YouTube friends, and he says, first of all, I can't wait for the Pokemon video. And then secondly, my questions are the following. Do you have any siblings? What are your political views? What's your favourite meal? And what one place would you like to go on holiday to, and why? So thanks very much for the comment, James. First things first, the Pokemon video, if you've not seen it already, I'll leave a link in the description below. I did that, and it's a weird one. I don't know any other YouTube commentator who's managed to fit in hentai, paedophilia, and bestiality or bestiality. Whatever, filthyality, let's put it that way, filthyality, in the same commentary, and I managed to pull it off in that Pokemon porn video. So if you've not seen that, go check that out. I know James, I know you enjoyed it. I really do appreciate the feedback on that. So the actual questions, I'll tackle them now. Do you have any siblings? I have a sister, and in fact the room that I'm in right now used to be hers. Mine was next door, and it's tiny. It's pretty shit. She's since moved out, and I've basically infiltrated and put all my stuff in a room. You'll see I've literally ordered a LSR Canon, really nice camera, and I'm going to be using that when that gets here. I'm going to be using that to do a setup video, and you'll see the room. It's apologies for the background, it's a mess. Apologies again, I've been busy, sorry. but it's a bit of a mess now. But you will see the room. So yeah, I do have a sister. What are your political views? To be honest, James, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks this, but in terms of politics, religion, these are like fields which can offend a lot of people. And I mean, political views as a question is just it's a massive can of worms. It's such a massive question to tackle. I'm thinking of actually doing a dedicated commentary for that, but just to give you a brief synopsis of my political views, I'm pretty much anti-conservative within like the UK politics. To put that for you American guys, that's like me. I'd say I'm anti-Republican. Anything, I seem to vote tactically, which is one of the things about politics, particularly in this country, which I think is a flaw. The fact that you have to think tactically to put a vote. When I do vote, I vote Labour, but I don't really regard myself as an avid proponent of Labour, the political party. I'm going to do a commentary on that. I promise. I'll do a commentary on that later on in the future. But the Conservative Party here in the UK, I really just can't stand them. I really can't stand them. So expect to see a commentary on politics in the near future. The next question is, what's your favourite meal? And I would have to say, this might surprise you, cereal. Yeah, cereal. I devour cereal like nothing. Milk is probably my favourite drink, and I'm quite the milk connoisseur. I tell you what, right? Milk, cat milk. Try it. Yeah, try cat milk. It is surprisingly really nice, really rich and creamy. It's probably weird to people that aren't me, but I found cat milk quite tasty. Goat milk, can't stand it. It tastes like what I would imagine goat bollocks to taste like if you were to lick them. I've never licked goat balls, but I can pretty much construct an educated guess as to what that would taste like. Not texturally, but in terms of just sense, taste buds. Not nice. It tastes like shit and farm. I'm not gonna lie. Don't have goat milk. It's shit. Moving swiftly on, what one place would you like to go to on holiday and why? It would probably have to be Spain, specifically Palma Nova in Mallorca, because that was where I went on holiday when I was a kid a lot, and I've got a lot of good memories and nostalgia and things like that from there. Being with my family and really good time. So thanks very much for the comment, James. Really do appreciate it. And in fact, guys, definitely go check him out, because he is by far my favourite montage maker, and he's by far the most underrated montage maker on YouTube. His content is great. Definitely go check him out. Thanks very much for the comment, James. And then the next 4 comments are by Hired Gun Killer, and the first of which he asks, where are you from? And I am from the Greater Manchester region. It's the nearest city. It's sort of Manchester, but Bolton is very nearby. And if you're probably wondering from my accent, I don't really have that quintessential, like stereotypical whiny Mancunian accent, like meh accent. I sort of have like a hybrid of a bit of Bolton, a bit of Manchester, and I went to University of Leeds. I was in Leeds for like 3 years, so I've picked up a bit of a Yorkshire dialect as well. So in terms of my actual accent, it's really all over the place. But a lot of the people from where I am talk with a very whiny accent, but they also have like a bit of a Yorkshire Bolton, like Peter Kay. I don't even know who Peter Kay is, the comedian from Bolton, but it's sort of like an amalgamation of all those 3, you could say. But now that I've moved back home, I've slowly but surely been picking up my accent. I've noticed that, me particularly anyway, I've noticed that certain words, my vernacular sort of dialect has altered, and it's slowly going back to what it used to be before I moved to Leeds for 3 years. So, where are you from? Basically, I'm from Manchester. The next question is, how old are you? I am in fact 22. I was born 1990. My birthday is the 5th of April, and if you're interested, I was born in Salford. So yeah, write that down in your little diary, your planner, your jot, or whatever it is you write it down in, because I'm expecting some birthday wishes my way, ladies and gentlemen. Damn right. And I know what you're thinking. I'm looking quite sexy for the age of 22. Ladies, if you're watching, message me. Why the fuck have I just done that? Moving swiftly on. Do you have any pets? We don't have any pets right now, but we have had pets in the past, namely budgerigars or budgies, and I don't know if any of you guys in the US are familiar with the UK comedy sitcom Only Fools and Horses, but we ended up naming the 4 budgies after characters from that, namely Del Boy, Rodney, Boise and Trigger, and unfortunately all 4 are dead. Yeah, You feel pretty shit for asking that question now, don't you? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we've had budgies, we've had, what else have we had? I think the only other animal we've had is goldfish. You know, like the goldfish that you can get from like fairgrounds from the games, and I think we won it, or I won it from throwing a ball at a coconut or some pathetic shit. The majority of those games are cons anyway, but anyway, we won goldfish and pretty much everyone died the day after, which is a shame, but it's cruel. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, we've had budgies. I love animals. I'd love to have a dog, but I've tried to persuade my mum and dad to get a dog. Huskies, huskies are beautiful. Their eyes are just amazing. I like wolves, so huskies is the obvious selection for me in terms of which dog I'd love to get. But unfortunately, I've failed at persuading them, and I don't know. I might get a dog when I move out. You never know. But yeah, I love animals, and we've had budgies and the odd goldfish or two. But all of them are dead. All of them are dead, which is lovely. Yes. You are great. Upbeat commentator that, in my opinion, is up there with some of the best. Keep it up, man. I don't know if that was a question on the end, but thank you very much for the kind words. I really do value feedback, and I really do appreciate the comments that you've left me. I'd just like to point something out here. In terms of YouTube, I mean, let's face it. Let's cut the bullshit. My channel isn't based around gameplay. It's not a gameplay orientated channel. As much as I'd love to be, I'd love to be posting really beast gameplays, but it's not. On the upside, I think that what my channel brings, which is different from the community, is that commentary eloquence, you could say, or at least something different, which, I mean, in my opinion, I think that even gameplay-oriented channels, gameplay itself on YouTube is becoming overly saturated, and I think that whilst that is on the rise, on the decline is the commentary skill or talent. And I know it might come across as me being very big-headed, and I mean, I try and be humble. I'm just pointing out an observation I've made. So what I try and bring you guys is, I try and make myself and my content, my material, my channel stand out, is bringing you guys that commentary, that niche, and I've sort of, if you've probably noticed, I try and be edgy to some respect, and I try and be different, weird, you could say, weird, and that for me is a little tip. You need to stand out, and it seems to be working. It seems to be working from the feedback that I've been getting, evidential with the subscriber influx. It seems to be working, so something's working. And again, it's not my gameplay that's doing that. It might be my personality that you guys like, or it might just be my commentaries, but here's my little tip for you guys. You need something to make yourself stand out and get noticed, because if you're following the herd, you're just going to get lost in the herd, so to speak. You're just going to be another number amongst many, and you need something to stand out. You need like a selling point. So for me, I try and feed off this whole weirdo, just me, be yourself, me, because this is what I am. This is what I am on microphone, and this is what I am on camera. This is what I am in real life. My friends can vouch for me. It's just who I am. So again, comments like that, I really do appreciate it, and the fact that you find me entertaining, just makes my day. So thank you very much. The next question is by PreventSlick, who is a really cool guy. This guy's been such an active subscriber of mine, a long-term subscriber, so shout out to you, mate. Really do appreciate everything you've done. And he asks, great video, Bente. Question is, do you have a license, and if so, what car do you drive? Well, in fact, I passed my theory test in November, the latter end of November, and I'm scheduled to sit my actual driving test, I think, mid-January, I think. So I don't have my full driving license just yet, but I'm scheduled to sit that, and hopefully I will pass, and then I'll get a car. I don't know what car I'm going to get, but I'm not bothered which car I get. I want something which is economical and pretty run down. I don't want something which is really brand spanking new. I mean, I can't afford it anyway, but I'd be shit scared of scratching it or anything like that. So thank you very much for posting that comment, mate. Really do appreciate it. The next question is brought by another cool active subscriber named Mr. Hitmarket78, and he asks, how long have you been uploading onto YouTube? And I'll be honest with you, mate, I need to double check, because I don't know off the top of my head. According to this, BlooHD was activated, date joined 29th of December 2010. And for those of you that don't know, I went through a period, it was exactly a week before Modern Warfare 3 was set to be released, and the laptop which I used at uni, and it was also the laptop that I was using to render and record any content like that, it just died on me completely. Oh, it was awful. It was really bad time for me, that, because I wanted to capitalise right at the very start of the new Call of Duty release, and fortunately I couldn't record, couldn't render, anything like that, as I've said. and it was like being a footballer or whatever in. It's equivalent, football, America, whatever. It's the same thing, same analogy applies. But it's like being a footballer and being sat on the bench the whole time and not being able to actually play. And although I was happy for all the channels around me and content makers around me, you know, their channel and content being, you know, flourishing, it just, for me, it was just, oh, I hated it, I really did. And I think, don't hold me to this, but I must have been on around 100, between 100 and 150 subscribers, something like that. And the activity of my subscribers, I mean, quite rightly so, I wasn't uploading, and it just dropped. And I just, it took so long for me to get that activity back and that traffic back to my channel. And what I ended up doing is basically saving up through jobs that I had at the time and the PC that I've got now, which is a beast. It's that's basically that was the motivation that I needed to get the PC that I got now, and that's the one that I've had ever since. So yeah, 2010 was when this account was activated. So thanks very much for the comment, mate. Does your family know about YouTube? Metropole XHD asks. Not really. At least they don't know the true extent of what it is I do and the potential of what you can do if you make it big, so to speak. There have been times where I've been doing commentaries. I've actually had commentaries, I've left it in, and like, say for example, my dad's come in, ruined a commentary, or my mum's come in and I've just said, "Mum, come on, say hello," or a live stream, so for example. But in terms of what it is I'm doing, or in terms of being on the same wavelength of myself or you guys, the viewers, they don't really understand. They're not as well versed in terms of technology or this whole YouTube this YouTube scene. So yeah, they don't really know. I don't think they know that I've got a YouTube account and that I like this webcam. I mean, at the minute they're out, they're gone watching Skyfall and the James Bond film. So I'm not gonna lie, I get quite embarrassed around doing things like this, so I try and wait until either they're out the house or they're downstairs, so I cannot be disturbed, because I don't know, I don't know, I just find it slightly embarrassing. I'll probably not even watch this back more than once. I'll do a proof watch just to make sure there's no terrible egregious errors in this recording. But in terms of just, it's one thing watching a commentary back and listening to yourself, but it's another thing actually watching you back like this. Cringy, embarrassing. So yeah, do they really know about my YouTube and all that stuff? Not fully. They know I mess around, and they know I play on that Xbox a hell of a lot. But in terms of the YouTube, again, as much as we know, no, not at all. CharlieHolloway asks, what is easier to get, a swarm or an offspray gunner, and a mob or a nuclear? I assume you mean a nuclear or a tactical nuke. The first bit of that question, a swarm or an osprey gunner? I would have to say an osprey gunner, in my opinion. I feel that Modern Warfare 3, I feel like the assault strike package in Modern Warfare 3 was easy, let's face it. The introduction of hardline made it so much more easier with the assists, counters, kills, and the fact that they incorporated the objective addition on top of that, where you cap flags and things, it would add to your point streak. I think that made it easy as well. And if you were rocking a Stinger, I mean, once you got your Reaper on Modern Warfare 3, you had your Osprey gunner. You practically had your Osprey gunner, and getting a Reaper wasn't hard. It really wasn't hard either. And in my opinion, in general, I was much better at Modern Warfare 3. I've yet to reach that point. I don't know if you guys can understand what I'm saying here, but in Modern Warfare 3, there was a moment in that game's lifespan where I wish I could remember the month, but it was like a day before it, I was like, meh, and then literally the day after it, ever since then, I've never looked back. Just every time, I'd just be on boom, especially streaks, like 15, 18 kill streaks, like every game. I hit a peak and I just stayed at that form. Whereas in Black Ops 2, I think it's more down to the fact that I've not had the same amount of time and dedication, again due to work and things, that I've had. Whereas in Modern Warfare 3, around that game, I did have the opportunity and the time, pretty much the time to play that game like religiously. But in this game, I've not played it enough, so I'm still getting to grips with Black Ops 2. So that and the fact that I'm not really equipped Swarm. As soon as I get to the point in which I can actually equip Swarm, I've prestiged. I mean, again, I've prestiged. So I'd have to say Osprey Gunner. And in terms of the mob versus the tactical nuke from Modern Warfare 2, which is easier, nuke. in my opinion, the nuke. And I'll leave some videos in the link below in the description of this video of commentaries which I've done discussing this further. But I'd have tactical nuke any day, every day. So anyway, moving swiftly on. Serial Assassin goes on to say, great job, you deserve each and every one you got and about 100k more. That would be absolutely delicious. That would be moist in my pants, cream everywhere, complete and utter penis sap. And then he goes on to say, when Woody likes and commented on my one vid, it took me 2 hours to respond to every comment. I feel your pain. Yeah, what this refers to, guys, is I was speaking to Serial Assassin probably a few days ago, from if I remember correctly, and I highly recommend you go over to this guy's channel. Seriously, this guy is one of the most underrated commentators on YouTube, and not only that, he's such a really nice guy, and you won't be disappointed. Go over, show some love, tell him Ben295 sent you. Done. Yeah, what this refers to is, I was speaking to him, and one of the things I mentioned is, given the influx of subscribers and activity on my channel, and in particular the actual activity in terms of comment section, I was struggling coming to terms with being able to reply to everyone's comments and things. And one of the things which he says is, and I equally agree with, is it's rude when, seen as you giving the time at your day to post a comment, you don't get a reply back. And one of the things that I was sort of discussing with him is, I was struggling coming to terms with the fact that I've just given the massive, again, influx of activity. I mean, this was like probably like a week ago or so, and this was when I had far more time and availability, and just I wasn't working as much, I wasn't ill, and even then I was struggling. And it's just, this is quite poignant actually, because given the fact that I've not been active as much recently, it's got worse. And I'm not saying don't stop being active. I mean, that's what I love. Again, I love reading your comments, and I do read everyone's comments. But when, as he said, when he had a video which Woody liked and commented on, it took him 2 hours to respond to every comment. I'm gonna have to dedicate a full day or so just to reply to the comments and get up to date, which I'm gonna really try my best to do, because again, I feel it's rude that you've had the time at your day to post a comment or thumbs up or whatever it is that you've done to support me. So I feel obligated to reply, and I'd be happy to do so. So thanks very much, Serial Assassin, for posting that comment. I really do appreciate it. Take care. The Kyle Edgar, also known as the Legacy of Kyle, he's one of my best YouTube friends that I met off of YouTube, so shout out to you, go check out his channel. And he asks, oh good god, he asks, would that has AIDS around its bumhole or lick Emma Watson's blue waffle fanny? And Paddy Pow, he's also a really cool active subscriber, has been with me since the start. He said, ha ha ha, blue waffle, laughed my ass off. And Carl said, ha ha, with a heart. Ooh, this is, I'll be honest, Carl, I'm disappointed. This is not a difficult answer for me. It really isn't. It's Emma Watson all the way. For those of you that don't know what a blue waffle is, just go on Google and type in blue waffle. And it's, yep, the top one, blue waffle infection picture, bestgo.com. Let's have a look at this. Ooh, yeah. That doesn't put me off. That does not put me off. It really doesn't. I don't mind. You seem to underestimate my sheer and utter devotion and love towards my beautiful Emma Watson. Carl, I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. There's nothing that... I'm one of these people that doesn't get put off by a lot of things. Like, do you know what irritates me? When the people that will be like eating something, they'll see something on TV like maggots or something, and be like, oh, no, it's put me off. Like, fuck off, give it here. I'll have it. Eating looking chocolate mousse, watching Two Girls One Cup. I'm a beast. Nothing puts me off. Nothing. And as far as that's concerned, that is nowhere near deterrent whatsoever. If Emma Watson, you could smear her in shit and give her that, and give her AIDS around the bumhole, and I'd still see to it, so to speak. I'd still see to it. She's beautiful, gorgeous. What was the other option? Finger a cat that has AIDS around its bumhole. In saying that, Carl, I'll be honest. Fingering a cat. What's wrong with that? It's just... Well, actually, yeah, that's pretty bad. AIDS around the button. If you were forced to finger a cat, it's not that bad, let's face it. If you were to insert something into a cat, no, you're going a bit further, but... If you excuse the pun. But if you were to, just finger a cat, it's not so bad. AIDS, yeah, wash your hands, sorted. it's not so bad. But in terms of answering your question, Carl, Emma Watson all the way. I'll probably lick it. I'll do more than that, my friend. I'd throw the fucking rule book out the window with that one, my friend. Just that's all I'm gonna say. Moving swiftly on. Pico210 asks, I don't know why, but I cracked up when the Kitten came out. Actually, it's not a question, it's a statement. Apologies. I assume, I don't remember making a reference to a kitten in the commentary, and unless you are referring to Carl's previous comment. Oh, what you might be referring to is the little image at the end of the commentary, which I think it's the you've got to be kitting meow, which I thought was quite funny. That's in reference or regards to the influx of subscribers. Blew me away. I think I found that through JayNasty. Off Twitter, but I thought it was quite funny. And in terms of like adding images to the end, I do it to a lot of my commentaries, and I must give a shout out to again one of probably the first true YouTube friend that I made was Crackinfo20. Links to his content are in the description below, and he was the inspiration that I got for doing the little memes and things at the end of the commentaries, because he's been doing them for years. So go check him out. Send him my love and appreciation, and say that Ben295 loves you. Just say that. It'll piss him off. Do it. It'll piss him off. Yeah, I know. He loves me. You love me, Krakow. I love you. You love me. Let's do this. We've gone gay. Moving swiftly on. J-Bag-Ra. Kaza. Why is your account named J-Bag-Ra? I've always wanted to know that. That's my question for you, Kaz. Anyway, Kaz asks, would you rather get fisted by Carl or me? Correct me if I'm wrong, Kaz, but you're not of legal age, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but going off that rationale alone, you know, the safest option would be for me to choose Carl. I'm sorry, for me to choose Carl. When you're old enough, Kaza, when you're old enough, we'll get in touch, we'll sort something out, don't you worry, babe. I'll come to yours. It's probably best if I come to yours. I'll come to yours, and I'll bring butter if you've not got it in the fridge. I mean, who doesn't have butter in the fridge? And if you're not into butter, then we'll just, I don't know, tears make good lubricant. Also, I've heard. And we'll sort something out. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. We'll make up for it. Don't you worry, man. And yeah, Kaza, he's a really nice friend of mine. I met him through the Legacy of Carl, and we're part of this WeAreXtrodinary channel, the community-based channel, which it was like founded by two guys, Reaper Reaps and by Legacy of Carl, but I think Carl's basically taken over now. He's like oversees it all in totality. So I'll leave a link in the description to that channel and to anything related to that. So we would, not just me, but as a group of lads, there's a few of us in that. We'd really would appreciate if you went over and showed some support. So yeah, that answers your question, Kaz. And I just feel like I could just take a sip of my tea. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Check that out for a mug. That is the best. Is that, or is that not the best mug you have ever seen on YouTube? That's a man's mug as well. Look at the size of that shit. It's a beast. It's a beast. Anyway, moving swiftly on. The next two questions, in fact, are by Ginger on a Mission 32. Now that Kaz is what you want as an account name. That's quite a cool account name. And they ask, firstly, why aren't you on some singing reality TV show yet? This is quite I'm glad you asked this, because this is quite an interesting topic that I can just explain. Basically, I actually entered for the X Factor on, I've got this written down, the 16th of May 2007. Yeah, I actually applied for X Factor, and the auditions were held in Manchester, and I went there, and what it was is they had like some sort of prelims before the you know, the ones that you see on TV with Simon Cowell et al, you know, like that judging stage. So they do like stages before that. And I actually went down with a few friends, and it was a good day, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good day out. And what it involved is, I went into a side room, and there were two people. I think one was there was a female who was fit. Oh my, fucking duck. She was dirty. There was a female who was the vocal coach. There was a guy, and I think the guy was part of the production team, or something like the production staff, or some sort of, it was that side of the X Factor company or whatever it is, the show. and ended up singing. I sang, what did I sing? Dean Martin, Ain't That a Kick in the Head. And if you're interested in why I sang that, for me, my preferred music genre is in fact swing. So I love Frank Sinatra, things like that. I mean, Michael Bublé, that's the sort of music that I have a massive admiration of. I like all sorts of music, but it's just, if you were gonna like put me on the spot and say, right, favourite genre of music, swing, that's what it is. I'm really old-fashioned, a really old-fashioned sort of person. And so I decided to I decided to sing, Dean Martin, Ain't That a Kick in the Head, and it went well, I'm not gonna lie, it went well. I ended up getting a yes from the woman, who was the female vocal coach, but a no from the guy who was the producer, which pissed me off, because not only is he sat next to a really attractive woman, who probably smelled absolutely delicious, but also, it's just, I mean, who the fuck, but the only reason I can think he turned me away is, he didn't see that marketability in me, which, if you're not aware right now, big wake up call, guys, you need some sort of fucking sob story to make it in the X Factor and whatever it is that you're pop-eyed or whatever. You need some sort of story behind, and unfortunately, I don't have a fucking story. So yeah, he didn't see anything of any worth or any grit in terms of a story behind me or whatever. But the woman, the female vocal coach, which is all I really give a shit about, she liked me, and unfortunately she doesn't reply to my calls. Probably down to the fact that I didn't get a number. But yeah, that was that. It was a good day out, as I said, and I mean, I weren't being serious when I went. It was just for a laugh. Again, I didn't even think I'd get through. I applied. They got back to me. I was, you know, it was a good day out. Some of the people that were there as well, I need to point this out. Some of the people that were there, and I mean this wholeheartedly, they are fucking miles better than half of the shit that you see that gets through in terms of the boot camp and stuff. It's just, it's such a con, that show. It really is. I had to sign something which basically sold my soul in terms of anything that they wanted to do in terms of marketing me, like presentation, like how I looked and things. It basically give them every legal right to do whatever the fuck they wanted to me. If they wanted me to go on stage live on Saturday night, smeared in shit, singing Aqua, you know, Dr. Jones, you don't remember that, anyway. But they could, and I would be obligated legally to do it. But it was a good day out. I sang my song. I'm not going to sing it now. I'm not going to lie, I was going to do it, but full of a cold, and I'd sound like an absolute bellend if I did it. But yeah, should be on a reality TV show, singing reality TV show. There was a small possibility I could have been. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's just thought I'd share that little story with you. So thanks very much for the comment. The next question is again by Ginger on a Mission 32, and they ask any tips of how to improve my game at Black Ops 2. I'm not gonna lie, as I said, I don't regard myself as an amazing Black Ops or just Call of Duty player in general. I think I'm above average, but I'm certainly not the sort of person. I'm flattered. I really am flattered that you'd be asking me that. You know, I'm not the sort of person to go to for tips and tricks or how to improve. There's plenty of other examples and plenty of other more well-justified players to be asking that. I could provide examples of players if you want to improve. Insomulus, JayNasty, I mean, players like that, really well-established pub stompers, the Marco J, Ronaldinho, they're the sort of players that I'd highly advise you try your best to adapt your playstyle towards. But one thing I will point out, which I think a lot of people don't realise, is if you get, and I'm not saying that you're a shit player at all, I'm just pointing something out, you get players that are really bad at the game, and they'll look or try their best to mimic the playstyles of people such as Fearcrads, for example, and the gap is just so big that they really do struggle. So you really need to, it takes time to adapt, it takes time to learn and to get better at the game. So if you're really shit and you're trying to play like Fearcrads, most often than not you're going to get shat on quite a lot, because there's a reason Fearcrads is as good as he is. It's not just reaction speed and accuracy, it's all about, you know, tactical awareness, map knowledge, and knowledge of the actual game, knowing when to make certain moves and knowing when not to, whether it's rushing, playing defensive, passive, things like that. It's a lot of things, and it's an amalgamation of these things which make a player good, and that takes time. It really does take time, and the best tip that I could give you is just play the game. It really is just play the game, and over time you will get better at the game. You really will get better at the game. But in terms of me giving you any tips, I can't give anything other than to look elsewhere and build a better catalogue, a more diverse, well-ranged catalogue of other people's advice. But for me personally, best advice I can give you is just play the game. Just play the game. So thanks very much for posting those two questions. Really appreciate it. And the next question is by Team PPAS. Great set of lads, and they ask, pasties or pies? What happened to the etiquette of pooing commentary? First things first, pasties or pies. The area that I'm from, it's I'd say it's more of a pie dominant area, if you were to select between the two. But I eat anything. I will eat absolutely anything. I really will. So I think pasties are more convenient because they're easy to eat, and I think they taste nicer. That's just my preference. But I'm open for a pie. I'll have a pie. If you offer me a pie right now, I'll eat it. Whether it's meat potato pie, which I prefer, or apple pie, which is probably my favourite dessert. I'll eat them all. So pasties or pies. I can't select. They're both delicious, and I will gladly eat them. I really will. What happened to the etiquette of pooing commentary? Yeah, a while back I said I was going to do an etiquette of pooing commentary because I'm not gonna lie, I have some knowledge which you might find useful on the aesthetics of pooing and tips and tricks on how to shit sufficiently, adequately, and correctly. And it's in the works. It is in the works. I'm collecting as much information as possible. It's gonna come. It's gonna come soon. So yeah, I'm not pushed it under the carpet or whatever. I'm not forgot about that commentary. It will come. It's just I've had a lot of things on. There's other commentaries which I've thought of doing, which are in some ways far more weird than that. If you think that's weird, then strap yourself in, people. Trust me, strap yourself in. But that commentary, it's still in the works, and it's not something I've forgotten. But yeah, thanks very much for your for your questions. Another channel to go and check out. A lot of people in these who've been leaving comments here. Really nice channels. So if you do get the chance, guys, just click on or search for as many of these guys as possible, because I can't rate them enough. So thanks very much, guys, for posting those questions. The next question is by Bickies for the Win. I hope I've pronounced that right. Bickies for the Win, and they ask, can you post your favourite sniping class vid for Black Ops 2? I'm not gonna lie, my friend, but I hate snipers, and I hate sniping in the Call of Duty franchise. You're probably not gonna see that video. I hope I've not offended you. I apologise if I have, but you're probably not gonna see that video. Those of you that know me, ladies and gentlemen, let me just take a sip of my drink. Those of you that know me know that I cannot fucking stand quickscopers in the Call of Duty franchise, and I think it's a disease which has gone unnoticed, and it's built up a cult. It's built up a following, which I think needs to be exterminated. Quite frankly, I think it needs to be exterminated. So, can you post your favourite sniping class video for Black Ops 2? If I was ever to do it, it would be done completely with completely as like a slapstick humour sort of thing, because I'll be honest with you, I really cannot stand sniping in Call of Duty and in Black Ops 2 of all games as well, because I would have thought Treyarch would have some fucking sense to nerf that shit, but they've obviously not. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna do that. Thanks for posting the question again. Thanks very much for posting the question, and hope I've not offended you, but I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, it would just be like me committing a moral sin right there. But yeah, thanks very much for the question. And the next question is by Ryan Parks, and he asks, favourite gun so far in Black Ops 2? I've not really experimented as much as I would have liked. Again, as I said before, I've not played the game as much as I'd like, so I don't see myself as justified in giving a well-formed answer to this. But based off what I've played, experience, the time that I've played, I would probably say my favourite weapon is probably the PDW-57, and I think I'd be correct in saying that that's a lot of people's favourite weapon on this game. It just seems a reliable weapon. SMGs, well, put it this way, in terms of assault rifles, the Type 25 I would think is probably my favourite assault rifle. I've not really used the M8A1 as much, but a lot of people regard that weapon as very reliable and consistent and powerful. The other weapon, the is it the AN-74? I know a lot of people rave about that weapon, but again, when those sort of weapons are unlocked, just like with the Swarm and the dogs, I'm feeling myself prestigious, so I don't get to use that weapon. I really need to spend a week or so just on the level 55 of whatever prestige it is, just to, you know, get to grips with the other weapons and things that I'm not really using. So yeah, in terms of assault rifles, I'd probably say the Type 25. That seems a really reliable weapon for me. It reminds me of the ACR 6.8 from Modern Warfare 3. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but in terms of SMGs, the MSMC is a very reliable weapon. Very good damage. I think it's balanced out with a lower clip size, magazine size. But the PDW-57, it's just, I mean, the magazine size for a start is just so convenient. It really is convenient. So I'd probably say the PDW-57, the MSMC, the Type 25, and there are other weapons which could potentially be thrown in there, such as the MP7. But in terms of the other weapons that I've just named, I don't think there's any competition. Again, in terms of reliability, because at the end of the day, reliability and consistency is for me anyway, it's a really important factor when playing this game. So I'd probably say the PDW-57. So thanks very much for posting that question. Anthony Wing asks, how did you get into YouTube? And by the way, I love your channel so far, and I really hope you keep getting bigger because you deserve it. Well, I'd just like to say thank you very much for the kind words. Really do mean a lot. And to answer your question, how do I get into YouTube? I think the first ever, well, in saying that, I don't know if I should, I might have a few embarrassing videos on that, so I'll just withhold that account for now, in terms of giving you any links, but I made an account as soon as YouTube started. I mean, right at the very start of when YouTube started, and I still have it. So I was uploading like mobile phone videos and things, just messing around. And in terms of the YouTube gaming community, I think the first ever Call of Duty, in terms of Call of Duty, I think the first ever Call of Duty commentary that I saw was, I think it was Only Use Me Blade. It was an Only Use Me Blade commentary, Modern Warfare 2 Quarry. I remember thinking at the time, like, whoa, I've never seen this before, this is new to me, and this is great. That you could play a game, record it, upload it alongside a commentary, people watch it, this is entertaining, I've never seen it before. And I remember at that time thinking, whoa, I'd love to do something like this. I'd have to get better at the game, but I'd love to do something like this. And I think that was the moment. Oh, it'd be awesome if I could find it. I'll do my best to find that commentary. But I remember thinking at the moment, it'd be awesome if I could do this too. And that was the moment that I think the seed was planted. And ever since then, it's manifested and it's grown, and it's become a hobby. It's become a hobby. I think I got my HD PVR around Black Ops 1. I can't remember exactly the date that I got it, but it would have been around Black Ops. And ever since then, just my interest in the YouTube gaming scene, particularly in Call of Duty, has just grown and grown and grown. It's obsession. It's more than a hobby. It's like an addiction to me. It really is. And just even looking back and learning, I'm a fan of history, just history in general. But in looking back at the Call of Duty YouTube community and discovering and learning about the history, I find that really entertaining, and just seeing how it's grown and become the massive phenomenon that it has. And the fact that I'm sort of part of that now, or I see myself as part of that to some extent, it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, and it's something that I really enjoy. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. How do you get into YouTube? I was sort of doing it, but not in terms of the gaming scene, which this is now, that you're all familiar with. And it was watching a video, and I'm certain it was an Only Use Me Blade commentary. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was an Only Use Me Blade commentary, which got me in. Well, that's doing there. Stay still. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. The next by Magic Conch. I hope I pronounced that right. Apologies if I've not. And anyway, they ask, "You are by far my favourite commentator on YouTube. 1,000 subs are just a short distance away. Hit me up on Xbox Live." And he provides his gamer tag. First things first, thank you very much for providing me the comment on this video. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I've, as you guys are well aware by now, I've smashed that 1,000 subscriber mark. I think I'm on. The last time I checked, I was on 1,200. I think something 200, just above 1,200, which I'm blown away by. I really am blown away by. And again, just thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for letting me hit the milestone before. Again, that 1,000 subscriber milestone is a target I set myself to achieve, and even then it was like a dream or a wish to achieve before New Year's, and I ended up doing it on Christmas Day, which was just wow, amazing. It made my Christmas, as you all well aware that I've said in commentaries. It made my Christmas. So thank you very much for that, and for the kind words and support that I've been getting as a result of that. And you know, it's just comments like that really do mean a lot to me. You might think that they don't, or when you read other people posting that, you might think, oh, he'll not read it, or whatever it is. But see, comments like that I really do appreciate it. So I can't thank you enough. Thank you. And hit me up on Xbox. What I'm actually going to be doing, which I've not managed to do a lot of, again, given schedules and things, but not only that, but in terms of Black Ops 2, which for me the connection has been. It's been an absolute utter shambles lately, but I think once the server's settled down and once I get some free time available, I really do want to do some more live streaming. I want to get back into my live streaming a lot more, and it's the best way for me to basically give back to my subscribers, other than doing giveaways, which is something that I've got at the back of my head about doing anyway in the future. But yeah, live stream. I'll be doing like open lobbies and things because I want to play with you guys. I want to communicate and interact with you guys, and it'd be good for me to get to know you. You know what I mean? You support me, and I want to know who you guys are. I don't want you to just be like a number or just some random person. I want to, you know, I want the best. I want to know you, basically. I want to know you as close to friends as possible. Again, it's all about interaction and things. That's one of the things I value. So yeah, in terms of hitting you up on Xbox, mate, as soon as I get my live streams back on track, I'll definitely be I'll be uploading videos and things. So if you watch out for those, and I'll be doing open lobbies. So again, I've got a lot of things on at the minute, but when I get a period where it sort of like dies down, it's something that I'll be be getting back into. So thank you very much for that comment. Really do appreciate it, and hope you had a good day. Alright guys, it's Benty2595, and yeah, I knew I'd not finished the video. Oh god, I was late for work as well. Let's just say I went over 15 minutes. I just completely lost track of time. Anyway, yeah, I was just looking through the footage that I've got recorded so far, and for some odd reason I've skipped 3 questions. I don't know how I managed to do that, but nevertheless, I'm going to go back to those 3 questions and then rattle off the remaining questions and get this Q&A video finished because it's gone over time, let's just say. So without further delay, Kyle's Craft YT, I suppose YT stands for YouTube. Anyway, Kyle asks, have you thought about doing a PM Messages Mail Monday like show once a week? PS Mail Mondays is the show Woody's Gamertag does. Yeah, for those that don't know, Woody's Gamertag is a massive YouTube commentator, and he does this series Mail Monday where people write into him because he's got a massive array of subscribers on his channel, and I think people, given his age, because he's like he plays that dad role, a lot of people look up to him for his like wisdom and just experience, just in terms, particularly that's the main point, his experience of life given his age. And so a lot of people of a younger age, so the younger audience, look up to him, so they send him messages asking for advice, tips and problems which they wouldn't ask their own parents for example. And that could be anything from just, you know, basic life experience. So like, there seems to be a running theme about sex and advice going through puberty and things like that. But to answer your question, mate, it's something I've actually thought of doing. I'm only 22 myself, so I've not got a wealth, an abundance of knowledge and wisdom on my side, but it's something that I can definitely relate to people over the similar age or similar like upbringing. And the reason that I've not done it, or I've not like pursued that thought further, is just I'm not getting the messages. Maybe in the future, if I start growing as a channel and people start, you know, wanting me to do a series like this, you know, start asking me these sort of questions, I'll put them together, and I will probably, something that I'd love to do, like, because it's you know, I like helping people out, as you probably know on my channel. I like helping people out, so if I start getting the traffic, which would for me justify doing a series like this, you know, a consistent influx of messages of a similar theme around this, like Mail Monday, then yeah, it's something I will consider doing. So thank you very much for the comment, and apologies for missing you out. The next comment is by 21dog43. My throat is awful. It really is bad. 21dog43, and they ask, what's your favourite game ever? Pokemon, without a shadow of a doubt. Pokemon for Game Boy. I was never the sort of I was never the guy that got the red and blue or even the yellow. I only jumped on the bandwagon on gold, and for me that was just amazing. It really was amazing. I've since gone back and played the old ones, and I've since got like red, the revamp games. I think it was red that I got, and I've had Ruby and others as well, but Pokemon, without a shadow of a doubt. The amount of hours I've played on that is completely and utter disgusting. It really is disgusting. Call of Duty doesn't even compare, because I'd love to say Call of Duty, but in all fairness, Call of Duty, there's yet to be a perfect Call of Duty game. Even if you look back to the days of Call of Duty 4, for me there's still flaws in Call of Duty 4. ×3 frag. This is World at War, Juggernaut, MP40. There's still imbalances in those games, and then it seems like throughout the franchise as the games have progressed, the flaws and the faults in the games have become much more apparent. So I wish Call of Duty would make a game which is just free from the bullshit, but as I've said in previous commentaries, I think they incorporate those sort of things as a marketing ploy. I'll leave a link in the description to a video of when I explain further why I think they maintain that sort of that rationale with regards to that. But favourite game, shadow of a doubt, Pokemon. I was a massive fan of Pokemon, whether it was the cards, whether it was a TV series, or the actual or the game on Game Boy. So shadow of a doubt, Pokemon. Thanks very much for the question, and yet again, apologies for missing you out. And then the next question, which is the final question that I think I missed out, was by MetropolXHD, which I also answered a question by this person before, so I don't know how I missed this out. I must have just been, it just demonstrates how tired I was. And they ask, who inspired you to start YouTube? Now, if I remember correctly, yesterday I remember answering a question in which I told you guys that I think Only Using My Blade was probably the first guy that I saw, but in all honesty, the first YouTuber that I really sort of took a shine to was Woody's Gamertag, and I don't know why it was. I don't know why. It's just that was the guy that I took a shine to, and even though I mean a lot of people don't like him, a lot of people do like him, but Woody, he's a good commentator. You can't knock him and the work ethic that he has with regards to YouTube. And I remember, because I didn't get Black Ops 1 for Christmas. Sorry, I didn't get Black Ops 1 on release day. I had it like a few weeks afterwards. So I remember watching commentaries of people playing that game and just learning in advance from people who already had the game. And he was one of the channels that I was watching. So I'd have to say probably, yeah, probably Woody's Gamertag was the person who inspired me to start YouTube. It seems to have differed now. I get different opinions of certain YouTubers which I looked up to in the past, and my thoughts have matured, so to speak, now, and I've become to understand the YouTube game and all that jazz. So my thoughts and opinions of certain YouTubers has altered ever so slightly. But the person who made me, like, sort of inspired me to start YouTube, I'll probably have to say Woody's Gamertag. So thank you very much for the questions and for the previous question as well. And apologies to you guys for missing you out. Apologies. I must have just been really tired and just unfortunately missed you out. But anyway, moving swiftly on. The next question, I believe where was up to. There is the Swans 27. Definitely check this guy out. This guy is one of the funniest podcasters. Again, another underrated guy, a diamond in the rough. Definitely go check him out. Send him my love. Anyway, the Swans asks, do you prefer European or North American commentators? I seem to get more people from Europe on my channel, and I'm not sure why, but Not sure why, but keep them coming, haha. I think when I started the YouTube scene, and particularly when I started watching it, all I watched was the American commentators. I think over time I've slowly become much more aware of the UK guys. I don't know, I like building a family, like a home family sort of thing, so a lot of the UK guys that I follow now, I think I'd follow more than the American guys. It's just a case of finding them, really, but in terms of guys that I watch on a regular day-to-day basis, it's I'd have to say the majority of them are probably the UK guys. I mean, my favourite commentators, just for example, YouTube Call of Duty commentators in gamers are, for instance, Fearcrads, Insomulus, iTemp. I've recently discovered Benny Central through Insomulus, so I'm slowly building a bit of a network of people that are from the UK that I enjoy watching. And that wasn't the case from the start. From the start, it was all American, because it was one of those in which it was like, right, so who is this good in the UK, so to speak. But in terms of influx on my channel, I think the majority of people are American. From what I remember from my analytics and things, and my statistics on my videos and stuff, I think the majority of them are in fact American. Which do I prefer? It's not that I have a preference. I prefer it if everyone, to be honest, came to my channel watching my videos. But yeah, thank you very much for the comment. And as I said before, guys, definitely go check this guy out. He's so funny. He really is funny. The next, I believe, 2 statements are by Mr. Chester Cheeto 007 and Mr. Johnny Snipes 97, and they both ask, they both state, should I say, hey and hi. And my response to that is, hey and hi. Thank you for posting a comment. Appreciate it. The next, I think I'll chunk these two together. The next 2 comments are by BP and Jelly and Quicker Scoper. Anyway, BP and Jelly says broke 1k bud, and Quicker Scoper says you already broke 1000. Do a video. Well, this is sort of my celebration video to celebrate the 1000. It's been a bit of a debacle in terms of organising it and getting everything together, but this is like my little celebration idea that I wanted to do. And yeah, in terms of breaking the 1000 mark, wow, I've said so many times before, I'm blown away. It's something that I set myself the goal of doing when I knew it was possible. When I thought it was possible of achieving before the New Year's, and to do it on Christmas Day was just absolutely just blew me right away. It really did. And so many people I've thanked for that. People that give me shout outs, people that liked on Twitter and things, and just the thing that did it for me on Christmas was JayNasty. And just to the next question is by Tom Brown, and they state that JayNasty brought me here. And just to incorporate that comment into this explanation, JayNasty, when he asked me on Twitter to upload that 12 Days of Christmas parody onto his channel, I was like, oh my god. I mean, this JayNasty, the thing that annoys me about people's perception about JayNasty is it's so fucking... he gets such a negative rep, and it's just... I find him a character. I really do think he's such a funny character. I mean, he's commentary, in terms of commentaries, I think his commentaries are good. I think he speaks what he thinks, and I can't recall the last time he said something which I thought, no, that's absolute bollocks. I completely disagree with it. Blah 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 blah. Fake and Gale and so. You know what I mean? He's the sound guy. He helps people out in the community, which is by far more than a lot of people do. And I'm not saying that it should be a duty as your big name commentator. It's just the fact that he helps, and he sets a good example. Put it that way. He sets a good example, and anyone who thinks he's shit at the game and needs people to play with him to do well, fucking hell, you are delusional. You are absolutely delusional. Really are delusional. I'm not even going to cover that. You're fucking stupid. Full stop. You are fucking stupid. If you think JayNasty is shit, you are fucking stupid. So again, JayNasty, when he asked me, he's one of my favourite YouTubers. Made my Christmas. I really do mean that. He made my Christmas, and that's what brought in the influx, which pushed me way above the 1000 mark. And in fact, I earned more subs from him than I did from the Minnesota sort of Twitter shout out sort of thing, and from the Troll Arc Office upload, and from the ocean. Oh, I'm blown away. So thank you very much, you lot, for all those comments. And I think I've got 2 more comments to go. So Rodney Mullen 9000 says, "You decide what we want to see on your channel." I think that might be in response to something I asked him, which I asked, let me know what you want to see on my channel. And you know, I really do value that, and I know that I'm going to upload what I find interesting, but it does help when I'm getting the feedback, because I don't want to be putting time and effort into something and uploading something which you guys don't find interesting or don't want to watch. So I can see where you're coming from, completely respect the comment, I can see where you're coming from, and I really do appreciate the feedback on that one. Thanks a lot, mate. And the final question, in saying that, it's not even a question. The final comment of this Q&A response video, apologies for the length, I know I've gone over time, it is by Anthony, or I Anthony, and they say, "You sound like Syndicate, holy shit, lol." Yeah, you all know who Pro Syndicate is. In fact, if I remember correctly, Syndicate is home in like the Manchester region. I think it's roughly about, last time I checked, I remember finding his address. I didn't find it. I'm not a stalker like that. But yeah, I remember someone leaking it or something a while back. And I remember looking it up on Google Maps, and I think I live around 30 minutes drive away from his house, 20-30 minutes drive away from his house. I just thought I'd say that's something interesting to add on top of that. But I don't think I sound like Syndicate. Again, I've discussed earlier in the video about my accent. I think Syndicate's got a very clean Mancunian accent, gotta say. So yeah, that pretty much, thank you for the comment, by the way, thank you for the comment, and that pretty much wraps up this extremely long Q&A response video. Again, apologies for the lateness, and it's even, I feel I need to apologise even more, because clearly I've had to do 2 recordings worth of this, because yeah, I've been so busy, I've been ill. I don't know if you can tell my voice is fucking awful at the minute. But I really do value everyone's feedback and support and the influx of subscribers. Thank you so much for all you guys coming over to my channel, hitting that subscribe button, liking my videos, sending me the messages of support. Again, I can't express into words adequately, to be honest, succinctly, how much I appreciate it. So thank you so much. I just want to say a massive thank you. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A response video. I hope that all is going to work when I come to edit this. I can see there being something where I've cocked up in the editing, where I've missed videos out, or something to do with the audio. I think I need to get an MP4 converted to like a WMV file or something. I'll look into it, but hopefully, all being well, it's worked, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video. It's going to be a long one. Apologies, it's a long one. It's going to take ages to render and ages to upload. Apologies for that, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully it was worth all the massive faff and stress on my part and the worrying wait on your part. So thank you very much once again, guys. You've been a wonderful audience. If you sat through the entirety of this video, then my god, you need a medal. You need a medal. Again, you've been a wonderful audience, and I shall see you again when I see you again. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. This has been 2 for 95 signing out. All the best, take care, and peace.